Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I got something really interesting for you. This is the LifeStraw Family 1.0 water filter. Alright, I've been focusing a lot on water the last few videos. It is really one of the most important things you can get set for as far as preparation goes. You need to store a lot. You need to store more than you think. You also need a way to purify it. And something like this can really take care of that situation if you're purifying it for a large amount of people. I'm sure we're all familiar with LifeStraw. We've all seen them. They're those little blue-colored straws, similar to that you use to suck up water and it purifies it. This is on a far more larger scale, much more robust and much bigger for more people. Let me get it out of the package. It does come with a very nice package. I don't know how I'm going to store it. I'm probably going to store it in something that seals it up once it's dried out, because I want it to stay clean. So let's get the package out of the way. And by the way, the package gives you all the information that I'm going to give you right now, but it also gives you pictures of how to do this. And this is used in a lot of third world countries where people might not be able to read, people may not be able to read English, so pictures, really, really handy. This is the little booklet here that gives you instructions in a bunch of different languages on how to use it. And we're going to set this up outside and we're going to use it. I believe they sell a bucket for this too, as for the clean water once you filter it out. But I'm going to give you a look at it here, and I'm going to give you some stats on it and some specs on it. So, to start off with, over 13 million households worldwide use this. Okay? They use it to purify drinking water in communities without access to clean water. And this portable water, even though they say it's portable, it's kind of big for portable, but it's portable compared to most things. You know? Will remove waterborne bacteria, parasites, viruses, microplastics, and reduce turbidity up to 0.02 microns. So it filters down pretty low. The LifeStraw family will purify 4,755 gallons or 18,000 liters of contaminated water without iodine, chlorine, or other chemicals in safe drinking water. So it'll basically supply a family of 5 with water for 3 years. Now, the hollow fiber filter membrane up here, this really looks like a big, huge LifeStraw, filters out the usual, I'm just going to say 99.9% of bacteria, 99.9% of parasites, Giardia, Cryptosporidium, 99.9% of microplastics, 99.9% of virus, rotavirus, hepatitis A, etc. Okay? They say it's ideal for households, emergency disasters, and charity and mission trips. Again, having something like this in your house, put away for emergencies, very handy item to have. You may, depending on where you live, I can store 400 or 500 gallons of water in 55-gallon buckets, and nobody's going to blink an eye at it. You can't do that if you live in, say, a high-rise apartment in the middle of Chicago. Okay, so having something like this can really, really be a lifesaver. If you can get your hands on some kind of water, you can purify it with that. So we're going to take it outside. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on it too first. I put this on here. This is how you're supposed to hang it. It comes with that little blue string. There is a pre-filter in here. So that gets out all of your muck and sand and maybe rocks or anything else you don't want in there. You only are supposed to wash this with water. Okay? I use warm water. When it comes to washing fine fibers like this, you don't want to use soap or bleach or anything because the fiber is so thin it might get stuck inside of there. So that's your pre-filter. Top piece up here holds about 2 liters of water. Let me get that all straight. And there's your next part, the tube that goes down into the filter. And this is where your good water comes out. And this is your cleaning bulb and your tap to get rid of the bad water when you're done filtering. So let's get this set up outside. We're going to get some mucky, dirty water from backyard and see how well it works. All right, so as you can see here, I have it hung up. This is on the back of my house here, and my wife's rather dead because it's wintertime rose garden. But I got it hung up here on a little hanger that I have out here. And you can see it's hanging straight down. Now, something they emphasize in the instructions is to get that hose that you see along there as straight as possible. Of course, it's been rolled up because it was in shipping, but I'm sure it will straighten out over time. So anyway, let's get going with putting some water in it. I have the camera off tripod here, so if it gets shaky, I'm sorry. The first thing you want to do is close off these. You want to make sure these are all closed up, nice and tight. Both your blue tab, where your clean water is going to come out, and the red tab on the bottom. And we'll get more on the red tab when I get into the video a little bit more. Alright, so you got it hung up. Your hose is fairly straight. You've sealed up the bottom. Your next step is going to take your contaminated water. As you can see, we got here some murky, kind of nasty dirt water from out here. And we're going to fill up in here. Now this top will hold about 2 liters. I have about 1 liter of water in there. Whoop. I'm spilling it. And now you're going to wait 5 minutes for it to work its way through the filter and kind of get set in there. That's usually just a first time thing. They tell you the first time to do it, you got to wait to get it down in there. And then we got to open the bottom because we're also using this for the first time to let some of the air out of the filter. So give it a few minutes and I'll bring you back and we'll do the bottom. Alright, so now we've let it sit in there for about 5 minutes. It's gotten its way in through the filter. We're going to let some of the air that's built up over this out of the filter itself. This is you only need to do this the first time you use it. So we're going to take a pot, stick it under the red thing there, and open it up. And let the water run for about 10 seconds. Now the water in here you do not want to drink. This is to be discarded. Anything coming out of the red bottom there you want to throw out. Alright, so now we're ready to collect our clean, purified water. And what we're going to do is collect that from the blue hose here and this tap. So I'm going to take this, put it there, open it up. I'll let you see the flow. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move this around the other way so you can see it. There we go. And I don't have it open all the way either. There we go. And the flow will improve with use. So the more you use this, the faster that will come out. Right now it's kind of slow because it's brand new and this is the first time I've used it, but it will improve over time. So we're just going to set that down. Make sure it doesn't fall over. That's what I get for doing this on a rock. Bunch of rock garden out here where it falls over. Alright, so we're going to let that sit. We're going to let it fill up. We probably have about that much water in there now. And I'll bring you back when that is completely full. And we'll take a look at the water and give it a taste. So it's been about probably less than a minute, maybe about 40 seconds or so. We're about to hear on it. Doing pretty good. And as they said, the water flow will improve the more you use it. I even noticed when I opened up the top, I still got a little bit of air out of it. Sort of like a little hiss of air. That's probably still because there was still a little air trapped inside. But as you can tell, it's doing a pretty good job. So I'll bring you back when it's completely full and we'll test it out. Alright, so we're almost at the top there. I'm going to sneak in here and shut that off. There you go. And there's the water. As you can tell, that's nice and clean. No smell to it. Like I told people before in other water filter videos, a lot of the sand out here, this clay soil, will leave a clay taste. Even if the water is completely safe to drink, it'll leave a clay smell and taste in your water. So let's see. I don't smell any. Let's see what it tastes like. Yeah, no clay taste either. Just tastes like nice cold water. It's a nice cold day out today too. It's about 40 something for the desert. That's pretty cold. And it's nice cold, chilled water. So now the next step is, you're all done using this, you got to clean it. So I'm going to show you how to clean it. Alright, so I have cleaned out the filter. Again, the pre-filter, what you're looking at here. That's the pre-filter. I just use water. You could use a high pressure water hose, although not too high pressure. I just use the water from my sink with a little sprayer on. And there you go. So that's nice and clean. I cleaned out that. Now that it's all clean water, I even bleached it out because it was really, really dirty. And I have just I've rinsed it after the bleach and then just put plain clean water in it. We're going to run that through and clean it. But let me show you how you stick this back on the top. Alright, so this is the top where the pre-filter fits. As you can see, there's a handle there. That handle is where your edge for your pre-filter is going to go. And it will just slide right in there like so. So now that's set into place. We're going to show you the bottom and how we filter that. But I'm going to put some clean water in here first to run it through. Now, just a side note, let's say you're not ready to clean this and you want to just leave it out here for a while. You've got more water to filter in there. What they suggest you do is to take your hose. I'm going to try and get that straight. There we go. Take your hose and take your filter and just snap it into place with the red bulb over the top here. I didn't close that up. There we go. So it'll look kind of like that. And that's how you can keep it in storage out here until you're ready to use it again. But we're going to clean it now, so I'm going to take that off and we'll get back down to the bottom of it. Alright, so we're at the bottom here. Now, this is how you're going to clean out this filter. Now, I did mention that I washed out the pre-filter on the top there. You never want to use anything but just water to wash that out. Like I said before, if you use bleach or soap or anything, the filter is so fine that some of that can get trapped in there. In this one, all you're going to need to do is pump this and open that up. So the first thing we're going to do is open the bottom part here. Okay? And you're going to squeeze this all the way once and let it fill back up on its own. You're going to do that 3 times. You're going to squeeze this bulb 3 times and let all that dirty water come out of there. This is the water that was filtered out. And you can see there's some little red plastic in there, probably flashing from the inside. I'm going to squeeze it again. That's squeeze number 2. And let it fill back up. Now this is going to spill over, but that's fine because you never want to drink anything that comes out of the red bottom of this. What I'm doing here is using the clean water to pull through this hollow fiber membrane and pull out all the junk and the dirt that we filtered out. So let's do it one more time for the 3rd time. And what I'm going to do here is dump this. See if the water's any cleaner. Let's use the clean barrel on the side here. Yeah, see, after a 3rd time, it's coming out clear. So we know we fully cleaned out the filter. Now, granted, this wasn't much of a huge test. I wasn't really putting anything really toxic in here or anything. But that's all you do. You just squeeze this thing till it's flat. And let it refill on its own 3 times while the air gets sucked back in it, and let it empty out. And that is the way you clean this part of the filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry out, and we're going to bring it back inside. I'll give you some final thoughts on it, and I'll give you information on pricing and where you can pick it up. Alright, so I gave it about 45 minutes to kind of hang in here and dry. It's still going to need a little more drying. Generally what I do with these, any kind of filter with a hollow fiber membrane, I just leave it somewhere out and let it dry out for the day. This guy's going to hang up here in the garage, probably for the rest of today. Make sure I'm going to open up this guy, make sure all the water's out, everything out of the whole thing, and then I'll pack it away. I would suggest, if you're going to get something like this, it came in that nice big plastic bag, I would suggest maybe finding a way to seal this back up. I wouldn't, I wouldn't vacuum seal it or anything. You don't want to put any kind of undue pressure on any points anywhere. But a good Ziploc, a big Ziploc bag maybe, or even a big plastic bag tied up, because you don't want stuff in the air or in the environment to get into it. But this will definitely be a nice addition for me. I mean, we do have our two-stage filter in the house there, the Aqua Rain filter, that's the ceramic wick filter. But something like this can really come in handy, say at a bug out location, at a camp, even just when you're out hiking and camping, if you're car camping. This can give you clean water. Definitely wouldn't put it in my bug out bag. It's a little bit big, as you can tell by the size of my hand to it. But it's not overly heavy. I would say maybe 1.5 pounds. It's all just really plastic. So it's definitely an addition and definitely a way for you guys to store, to have a way to purify water if you can't store a lot of it. Okay? You can pick these up. Now the price. I know people are going to freak out and think this costs $200-300. $59, $59.96. It is in my store, on the Amazon store. You can click the link. I'm going to put the link to that, and then I'll put the link to the store below it. But you can click the link directly to this. So for $59, you can have essentially, what did they say, family of 5, 3 years worth of water. As long as you can get the water, and as long as it doesn't have any heavy metals in it or anything like that, this can clean it up for you. So definitely something really cool. This is, as I was telling you, the LifeStraw Family 1.0 water filter. And so far I'm impressed with it. It's worked very, very well. I plan on using it a little more, messing around with it, possibly taking it camping with me. If I'm going up in my car or something, it wouldn't be something I'd stick in a backpack, like I said. but definitely a cool item. And definitely another way to filter water in a large setting without using a tiny little water filter and squeezing, or a little single straw and sucking the water through or whatever. This lets you filter a good amount of water. Like I said, this holds 2 liters. So this will let you filter a good amount of water really, really quickly. Anyway, I thank you guys for watching. I will put the link, like I said, down below directly to this. Then I'll put the link to my Amazon store. If you don't feel like buying this or anything in the store, just click the link and shop as you normally would on Amazon. Helps give back to the channel a little bit so we can keep buying cool stuff and showing it to you on the channel and reviewing stuff. And if you have any ideas for stuff you'd like to see reviewed, put it down below. As long as it's not a $500 or $600 item, I'll be happy to buy it and review it. Because you know, I'm doing this to increase my preps too. So heck, if I can buy stuff and review it, good idea. So if you have something that you really, really like and you want to see reviewed, put it down in the, mention it in the channel down below, and I will do my best to see if I can get it reviewed for you. Also, don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link down below, all the links. The Thrive Life link, you can get all your freeze-dried food there. I do have a couple of regular people that buy every month from me, and I do appreciate them, but check it out because you can definitely stock up on some freeze-dried food. Got a 25-year to 30-year shelf life. You don't have to worry about it. You put it up on a shelf. It's ready to go when you need it. But guess what? You need water for it. That's where the water filter comes in handy. Anyway, I thank you guys for watching today. Stay safe and stay prepared.